Well, good evening, West Ham fans. Apologies, no lunchtime headlines today. I've been in Blue Water all day with young Budden, young Lady Budden, 13-year-old, and the wife, and the mother-in-law. Hashtag pray for Budden. But we're bringing you some evening headlines and all transfer rumours and all striker related. Let's start with this one. Anyone who watches Friday night's dinner, I used to watch, will see the Wilson reference, but Wilson remain not a West Ham player. Obviously, yesterday there was a lot of fallout about Callum Wilson. However, today it does seem that another substantial offer is on the table for the former Newcastle man, that being from the Saudi Pro League. We are led to believe a couple of clubs are interested in, particularly El Fatica, the one that Steven Gerrard was in charge of, I think, and the one that Jordan Henderson was got 700 grand a week, and the one that's currently got his Callum Wilson's former teammate, Wijnaldum playing, and also the Winker. Moussa Dembele's there as well. According to reports, they are currently looking at securing Luke de Jong, but the belief is that's taking longer to go through as anticipated, and they are then going to be looking very much at Callum. Now, the conspiracy theorist in me would suggest, and he's putting it out there into the Ethernet, that maybe, just maybe, the whole West Ham thing was a smokescreen to pressure the Saudi Pro Leagues to make proper moves for Callum Wilson. Because at the end of the day, from a financial perspective, Salthouse is going to make more money if he goes to the Saudi Pro League. Callum Wilson's going to make more money. He's going to make 10 times the money that he's really going to be making at West Ham, really, on a performance basis. Say, 50 grand a week. He could be earning £500,000 a week over there without even blinking. Even £250,000. It's 5 times what we'd offer him, and without any sort of pay as you play. So maybe, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Sullivan's helped out his mate and pushed this rumour out to get all the column inches and everyone talking about it. Stranger things have happened at West Ham. He could still become a West Ham player, but I can see that as a possible alternative narrative. Well, only time will tell, and only hindsight will tell, unfortunately. But with one Premier League striker rumour ending, another one has turned up, and that is when he waits for his phone to want to work. Rather than, yeah, are we going to do it? Are we doing it? There we go. Nicholas Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. According to reports, Nicholas Jackson, West Ham have shown an interest in Nicholas Jackson on loan with a substantial loan fee. Now, obviously, he was bought for 30 odd million quid, 32, I think it was, last year, year before last, or summer before last. And by all accounts, Chelsea are looking for £100 million for him. Unsurprisingly, no takers at that value. And indeed, they have since added to their strike force with the signings of Liam Delap and João Pedro. So Jackson's probably third choice, in all honesty, in that side. So a low move, if no takers, could be on the cards for West Ham. Obviously, it's a Premier League club. It's London. A lot of boxes ticked. I would not assume there would be an option to buy, but for a year, I think it depends about the loan fee, in all honesty. We need strikers, we need forwards, and someone like Jackson does have attributes, does have good, he's quick, he's pacey, not the most clinical, but could really potentially benefit. You got to think, Fulkrug holds it up, flicks it over for a Jackson or a Bowen or a Somerville to chase onto. I don't think it's the craziest one, and I believe Nicholas will be our 179th or 180th. I haven't done the full count just yet, but very, very close. We do have another forward we're linked with, and he waits for 2 minutes while his phone decides it wants to put on the last thumbnail. And that is in Serie A. Obviously, Serie A is an area that we've got a vested interest, as Antonio, our Serie A scout, is out there. And this gentleman, Roberto Picoli, not another Roberto I know, but he's a 24-year-old Italian Serie A striker. Was on the books at Atalanta, was on loan at Cagliari last year. I think he scored 12 goals for the club, and with the loan was an obligation to make that deal permanent. They're looking at maybe getting flipping him, basically. 30 million euros is what's been quoted. He's played for something like 6 or 7 Serie A clubs. He's one of those players who seems to go out and loan a lots of players. I don't know if he's the right, the fact is I don't know much about him, which could suggest it's one out of the supercomputer, but I'm not too sure. 30 million or 30 million euros was about 26, 27 million quid. For someone I don't really know much about, I don't know. That's going to be, and that's the thing, if you want players that you know already and are Premier League ready, you do pay a premium. What would he be in, say, Premier League money? Someone like a Liam Delap went for like 50 million, wasn't it? I think, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll see. Everything with Serie A now, for me, has a little bit of an added seasoning to it, with obviously Antonio out there, the chief scout, doing his business. Obviously, supercomputer, he's identifying players. He's going out and doing the negotiations, maybe, and also looking at when we can off-sell our players to Serie A, so the likes of Emerson. Obviously, Cornet was heavily linked to a move back to Serie A, having had a successful loan spell. We shall see. It's going to be quite interesting, I think, in terms of what's going to happen with, just in general, what's going to happen. Well, straight away that time, particularly, what's going to happen in terms of the whole Callum Wilson thing. There's, for someone, it's quite clear from the social media activity that he's one that a lot of people aren't happy with, and Sullivan will know that because the likes of his social media teams, they monitor all the social media stuff at West Ham. They do, as well as his confidants. So that's why, for me, I could see it being a bit of a not conspiracy, but a bit of a smokescreen, in order for Salthouse to go and get a bigger deal in the Saudi Pro League. Only time will tell if that's the case. Only time will tell. But anyway, have a lovely evening. I'm hopefully be going home soon. Take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Stay dry. It's fucking freezing and wet out here. Isn't it horrible? Summer's over. And I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.